welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, I just want to say hello and welcome. All right, so today's video is part 3 of my coloring book collection, Declutter. If you're new to the channel, or if you have not seen video 1 and 2, basically, just to recap, I haven't gone through my collection in about 3.5, 4 years as far as really like going through it and seeing what I want, and my coloring style has changed. Some of the books I collected in the beginning, I was new to coloring. I didn't really know what else was out there. I wasn't following really YouTube channels or anything like that. I was just kind of grabbing things off Amazon to see what I liked. So I decided that since I'm still collecting because this is my hobby and I do enjoy coloring, I needed to make room. I needed to unload some of these books. You know, it's the same thing like if you crochet or you knit. I'm sure you've got like bins and bins of yarn and stuff like that. Like it's my it's what I do. So I'm going to be giving away books to family, friends, and local, places where, the kiddie kind of coloring books will go there and whatnot. Others maybe to therapy centers. And then there'll be a little giveaway in January. But anyway, I thought that part 3 was going to be coloring books and supplies because I didn't think I really had a lot of coloring books left. But it turns out that I actually really went through my shelves again and decided, okay, let's be realistic. Like, it's not happening. And now I have officially gone through my shelves and my coloring book collection. What's left? There are some books I was unsure of, and I did put them in a separate pile, and I'll revisit that pile at the end of the year, next year at the end of 2024, God willing, and decide if they should still remain or not. I was just unsure. Things were kind of calling out to me when I was flipping through them, but I don't know if that's just because, I don't know, they just were today, so we'll see. Yeah, and then the next video I do will be supplies, but that's going to be a little harder because I got like things in all different places. So I'll go through that. I'm going to move my second cup of coffee out of the way. I don't know if you guys could see, it's in the witchy mug. I don't have any Christmas mugs, and I love Halloween, and I went a little mug crazy this October. Like I kept buying like all these Halloween mugs. Second cup because I've been up since 4:30 a.m. Yeah, my cat was sick, and my husband gets up at 4 a.m. to go to work, and I needed him to help me put eye drops. Has anyone ever tried putting eye drops in a cat's eye? Like I can't even tell you how that goes. Yeah, so I can't do it by myself. So I had to get up, and then I just stayed up because she was mad at me and I was trying to regain her love. So anyway, enough of that. Yeah, so this is going to probably be a little chatty video because there's just a lot of coloring books. So I'll try and go through them fast. I'm not going to do full flips. If you want to see full flips of anything, just let me know in the comments quickly, because if you're watching this video anytime in like January, most likely I'm not going to have these coloring books anymore to show you. All right, so first book is this Disney Thomas Concade collection. This is the Dreams collection. I love the idea of this book. I love inspiration pages, but the truth is I'm not going to color this image. I don't know. There are so many books I have that I want to color in. And some of them are detailed and would take time, and this would take time, and I just don't think I would enjoy it as much as like maybe a Kirby Rosane's book, or I don't know, one of my Eerie books. So I decided that, yeah, I'm not coloring in this book. As much as I love Disney, and I'm not going to color in it. So I am going to unload this book. So yeah. This one's going to go. Now, some of these books, I have to say, they're really hard for me to unload. And just because a lot of them I had requested for Christmas over the years, and my mom got them for me, and now my mom passed away, so I kind of feel like I don't want to get rid of them, but I have other things to keep my memories, so I am going to get rid of the coloring books. If they were books that she just got me because she thought I liked them, I would probably never get rid of them, but they were just books I asked for. So, It kind of makes me feel a little bit better. But anyway, so yeah. So here's one by Jade Summer. Now, Jade Summer and Coco Wyo, they're like kind of my favorite kind of books for quick marker colorings, and they're very hard for me to part with. So I really thought about which ones were going. Country Autumn by Jade Summer is one of them that are going. I don't particularly care for the images. I have similar images in other books, especially Joshua Dunbar, who I'm pretty sure may have done some of these images here. And other, like my Creative Haven books with images like this. And those are the books I would rather color in. I'm not really going to color in this book. So I've decided that I'm going to get rid of it. I apologize for the shadow. It's not even like 6 a.m. right now. It's a little after 6 a.m. actually. The sun's not up and it's really the only light I have. So I apologize. Yeah. So Country Autumn is going to go. Now I know some of the Jade Summer books you can't get anymore online. I know they have an Etsy shop and I think they had a website. But I haven't really looked at the website in a while. Next book I'm unloading is the Christmas Mandala book. So I'm not a big Mandala fan. Some books have mandalas in it that I do kind of like. There are some books that came out that they're not so mandala-y, if that makes any kind of sense. I like the ones that have more images than the lines. But I don't really care for the images. I mean, you can see I tried this like 1.5 years ago. I can't get into some of them. I don't really care for them. I looked through this book like 5 times for this holiday season. Nothing called out to me, nothing at all. So I'm just unloading it. I love watching what people can do with mandalas, and it inspires me, and it's why I probably keep buying the ones that I don't care for. But yeah, so this one is by Camila Angelica. This is a smaller book. This is one of those little square books. But yeah, I'm not keeping that one. This one was a little hard for me. This one is Jade Summer Unicorns. And I was like, I really like the grayscale. I love how my markers perform. I haven't colored anything in here, as you can see. But I believe I actually purchased the PDF version of this off of their Etsy shop. Now I know there's a Unicorns 1 and there's a Unicorns 2. So I need to just check and see which one I purchased. I'm pretty sure I purchased both. And if I did, I am going to unload this one because I have the ability now to print it out on my own paper. This is Amazon paper. And then I actually can just color in it better with my pencils if I choose, since I can print it on my own paper. So I am going to unload this book, but I'm going to double check to make sure that both were available on Etsy, and I did purchase this one. I want to make sure I didn't just purchase the second one thinking, all right, I have the book, because then I'm probably going to go back and purchase the PDF and just unload the coloring book. So. The next one is another one by Jade Summer, and I never ever liked this book from the moment that I got it. I do like dragons, but I do not like any of these images. I don't like how they're drawn. I just find them messy, like they're drawn messy, if that makes any sense. Like I like to be able to focus in on the image. Like this I could focus on. Like this, there's just so much going on here. Actually, this one is one of the better ones in this book, to be honest with you. Like I don't like it. And it's going. I thought it was going to be different. Got it a while back, and just no, it's going to go. Okay, another book. This is a Coco Wyo book, and this is Spooky Cute. I think it's more of a recent book, and I decided I am going to unload it. It's already curling on me. I have so many other books with images that are similar. I don't really love the images, all the images in this book, and the images I have that are similar in other books, I kind of prefer. So I am unloading this book. I actually thought I did a page in here, but I guess I didn't. So this is Spooky Cute by Coco Wyo. Sorry, that's gonna go. Another Coco Wyo book I'm hauling is Green Witches. This one kind of surprised me a little bit too, because I really, really wanted this book when it came, and I thought the images are so beautiful, and they really are. However, I have a lot of other witchy books by them with similar images, and ones that I prefer better. Like, I don't like all the images in this book, and I'm going to probably color in a book with similar images that I like more of, so that I have a better chance of finishing the book, instead of having like a page here and then that's all I ever color. So I am going to be getting rid of Green Witches by Coco Wyo. Another book I am getting rid of by Coco Wyo, because I purchased the PDF version, is Gothic Lolita Princesses. And so I'm not crazy about when they have the black back page, because I feel like they curl. Well, they do for me anyway. But I did purchase this on PDF. Now, I'm not 100% in love with all the images in this book, but I did see some people color in images which were totally inspiring. And I did try and pick up as many of the PDFs of the books I liked when Coco Wyo had that little stint where they were taken off Amazon. They created an Etsy and uploaded some of their books. Now, not all their books are uploaded. I would think they would upload the books that they were able to, that didn't have issues, but I feel like they have more books that don't have issues, and I don't know if they have them all up. I haven't really looked in a while, but I had purchased this off of Etsy, and I can print it on my own paper whenever I want. But these are one of those books that I'm not printing out unless I actually want to color a page. I don't want to waste my ink. Some books I decided to print out. Other books I decided not to. So, and this is one of them. I have it. It's on my computer, and I'll print it when I'm ready. Another book is this Gentle Nature book. Now, this is by, I want to say this is Black River Art, and I have kept this book for a while. I liked the images. I didn't like the images. And then I was like, I can definitely do something with these images as like my coloring progressed. But then I decided I don't want it. So you're going to get doubles of the pages. And this is kind of what they look like. And they perform very well with alcohol marker. Obviously, they're single-sided. I tried coloring that. Again, this was like really back in the day when I first started with my markers. Like, I tried this. So now I'm having second thoughts, because I kind of like some of them that I was just playing around with. I don't know. I might put this in a maybe pile, and I don't really have any maybe piles when I do this. I think one book out of the 2 videos made the cut and went back on my shelf, and that was a Creative Haven Color by Number by George Dufakis, however you say his name. I'll put this in maybe for now, but if I decide to keep it and I don't get to it by February, it's gone. Okay, so the next couple books are from Coloring Heaven. Now, originally I said I wasn't going to get rid of my Coloring Heaven, but then I really thought about it, and I'm like, there are some of them I'm just not coloring in. Some of them you can't really get, unless you watch a YouTube video of a flip through, you really can't see what's in it. So for nostalgic purposes, I had purchased the Cabbage Patch Kids because I loved Cabbage Patch. I did not like dolls growing up. I did not play with Barbies and stuff, but I wanted a Cabbage Patch. And I liked the, okay, I'm going to date myself right now. I liked the action figure kind of dolls, and I liked the Strawberry Shortcake, and I have that book, you're going to see that too. Like those kind of dolls. Otherwise, I didn't really like dolls. I liked animals and dinosaurs and stuff like that, whatever. But I loved my Cabbage Patch. It was an imitation Cabbage Patch, but I loved it anyway. And I thought, okay, I had to get this book, but I don't really love the images. I kind of feel like, I don't know, they could have been better. They're cute, like that's very cute. But none of them called out to me to be colored in. Again, I thought they would, but I'm not going to color them. And I don't know, if I really want something nostalgic for Cabbage Patch, I can probably pull something online or purchase something better and have that as my little, to, you know, quell my nostalgic desire. So yeah, so I'm going to be getting rid of this book, by Coloring Heaven. And then the other nostalgic one was Strawberry Shortcake, and I don't want to color these. I don't care for the way they are. There's some images here like I would never color. I wouldn't want to color that. I don't like this kind of grayscale that is in some of these books. I'm not going to color that. I'm not coloring that. Nope. Nope. No. I don't like words. Nope. Nope. That's cute, but not enough for me to keep the book. Sorry, Strawberry Shortcake. So yeah, that one is going. And then my other Coloring Heaven book that I'm getting rid of is the Steampunk Special. I remember when I saw, I think it was Coloring Claire. She colored an image in here, and you know, everything she colors is great. So I was like, oh, I need to have that book. And I got the book, and it sat on the shelf, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not coloring anything in here ever. And I do enjoy steampunk, but not enough to color an entire coloring book. And the images are not really what I would want to color. I think that was the one she colored, and she like with Copic markers or something, and it came out amazing. And that's what inspired me. And that actually, to me, is the best image in the book. Like, it's the one that would be easily colored for me. Not really. I mean, no, I don't like. I'm not good with skin, so I don't know if the rest of the image isn't great. When I say great, I mean they're all great images. For me, like to color what I gravitate towards, I'm not coloring it. So yeah, so this one's going. And that is, again, the Steampunk Special by Coloring Heaven. Now, I don't have a subscription. I just would purchase whichever ones I liked. This one, it took me a while to find, and I was like, this is the picture books. And this is the one that is like, it's one big coloring page. Hold on. Like, it's one big page. Now, I don't think the images kind of could all go, but not really. But it's just one big pullout. And I'm not really crazy about the images. It's not something I would enjoy coloring. So again, I'm going to just say this. When I say I'm not crazy about the images or I don't like them, that is my personal preference. I cannot draw anything like this. I can't even draw. So anything is amazing. But when it comes to coloring, there are certain things that I want to color because I feel like I get the most joy and satisfaction out of. Sometimes I'll challenge myself and do an image that I don't particularly care for coloring just to see, you know, how it goes. Because, you know, again, your coloring changes and you like things and then you're better at things. So I do try, but that's what I mean when I say I'm not, by no means do I feel like these images are not good. I just don't, they're not my style right now. And I'm not going to enjoy coloring in them. And I just feel like somebody else will. So that's going. So I did unload some Creative Haven books, but then I went back on my shelf because I was like, I feel like I have more that I'm not coloring in because I'm not a huge fan. And I'm really only going to buy from Teresa Goodridge now. And I like her newer things with the gnomes and stuff. And anyway, I have purchased this one. This one is by Tim Foley. And I'm all into horror and stuff and literary horror. I thought, okay, that's going to be great. It's going to be old school, Dracula, old school, everything, and I was just disappointed. I do not like images with these kind of shading and these kind of lines. And I was really bummed out about it because I really liked the content idea. Like this one, like everything is on the back, the name. So this is like the time machine. Here's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Like, I love that, but I'm not coloring this. I don't enjoy the way this looks. And I tried several times to like this book. I wanted to like it. I tried to make myself like it. I tried coloring it with acrylic paint. This is all acrylic paint instead. And it was just too much work for me and I wasn't having fun. And I just decided I don't want to do it anymore. Like, if I'm going to paint, I'm going to pull out one of the 8,000 ceramic Santa Clauses that I have from when I was on my painting kick and I was coloring all ceramics for Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I have like bins filled with ceramics. If I'm gonna paint, I'm gonna pull out one of those. Like, I was doing that because I didn't enjoy using pencil in here and I really wanted to like this book, but I don't want to waste my time. I'd rather color in a ceramic figure or color in my Hatchet Heroes Color by Number books because some of those are better with acrylic paint. I tried this with, I think it was with marker and crayon. I was like, all right, let me try an alcohol base marker. I don't want it. I want it, but I don't. So this one is used. As you can see, I tried really hard. So hard. And it's a shame because I really, you can't find these images in other coloring books. Like, there's no Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Phantom of the Opera, Magic Island, Journey to the Center of the Earth, Islands of Dr. Moreau. Oh, I liked that story. I remember that. Hunchback of Notre Dame. Like, you don't find Hound of the Baskervilles. Like, so I'm so disappointed, and I want to keep it because I want to try again. I don't know. Maybe I'll try again. I don't know. But see, that's what I said on every 4 images that I colored. Like, it's just, no. So that's going to go. Sadly, that's going to go. I mean, I'll think about it, but yeah, there is a 98.8% it's going. Okay, so Creative Haven. This one is by Teresa Goodridge. This is Home Sweet Home. I'm not really a big interior kind of person. This was one of the first books I did purchase by coloring by Creative Haven. And there are other, like I said, her books. I have other ones of her books that I prefer to color. I mean, this was like when I first started coloring. Yeah, so I decided I don't want this book. I would prefer to color in one of her gnome books or one of the autumn books. So Home Sweet Home is going to go. And I like Wish You Were Here, but I have 2 of them. Someone got me another one, and I had purchased this for $1.49 at Hobby Lobby. And I was like, oh, $1.49, can't pass that up. But I already had one. So I have flagged a page to color. I am going to, this is brand new, and I'm going to unload this one. So I'm keeping the other one. All right, next is coloring book by Medusa Dollmaker. So I really liked some of the images in this book, but then I decided that I'm not going to really color in it because I don't like these images. I don't like that kind of, that's not my style. Like, I would color that. No, I would color that. I like the grayscale ones in here better, like that. But even that's dark. So I didn't, for coloring purposes, for me, when I like to color, I didn't really love it. And I know some of these I can grab on PDF if I wanted to. So I decided that I'm going to just unload the book because I'm not going to color in it. Next one is, okay, so I'm getting rid of a few Selena Fenic books. Not many. I don't have many of her books. I have her mini Fadorables, and I'm keeping those. I like those. So I love her. I like her drawings. I think they're amazing. But it's not my coloring style. Her drawings are not what I prefer prefer to color in. But I wish I did, because every topic, if that's the right way to describe it, every idea of her she has for a coloring book is 100% what I like, but I don't gravitate towards her drawing style to color. I think her drawing and her artwork is amazing, but it's not something I want to color in, or I would enjoy coloring in, and it upsets me because the theme is what I love. Like, I love that, but I think I can get that on a PDF, because I think I had a PDF of that. So I will no longer be purchasing her books. So this one, Dark Fantasy, is going, and then Mermaids. I got the Mermaid Magic, even though I do not enjoy coloring mermaids really that much. And if I am coloring a mermaid, it's not like this. It's more simple, more like borderline cute and not cute, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to be getting rid of this. Now I have to say, I do enjoy coloring mermaids more than I ever did. Last May I realized that. I did have a great time. So I'm not anti-mermaids anymore. I just am going to pick up one of my other mermaid books than this one, so I'm going to unload this. What do we have next? We have this book by Morgana Sky. This is The Witches Cottage, and I really like this book, but I noticed that, again, it's like everything to do with inside a witch's cottage, and some of the images I do like, but other images I'm going to color similar ones in other books. I had colored this one, and I had really liked how this came out when I colored it, and this was colored, I want to say 2 years ago. So I do like the images in here, but I'm not gonna color. Oh, I don't know. See, I kind of like that. No, I'm not gonna color those. No, all right, I'm unloading this one. So, The Witches Cottage by Morgana Sky. That one's going to go. I have another Morgana Sky. This is Cute Winter. And I have a lot of cute winter coloring books. And when I say cute winter, I mean like winter books that are cute. Excuse me. And I think I preferred to color in those. So I decided that I didn't really 100% love the images in this book. I think this one was my favorite one in this book. So cute, and I kind of thought I would like it more than I did, but yeah, so this one is going to go. This one is Coloring Book Cafe. This is Creepy Girl. Now, I would jumped on the Creepy Girl bandwagon, spooky family, spooky that, you know, all the boy, the girl, the family, the village, the town. I had it all. But I decided I wasn't coloring in this one. These particular images, I feel like they're so similar in the other books, and I like the other books better. I think this was one of my favorite ones because it's Red Riding Hood, and I love coloring the Red Riding Hood stuff. But yeah, I colored this one. That's the only one I really colored. What was that? Yeah. So I'm going to be unhauling Creepy Girl. I really thought I was going to love this one, Flower Manga Girls. I actually saw a flip through, and I think I saw someone color something, and I was like, that is amazing. I love it. I purchased it, and then I decided that I have a whole bunch of kawaii anime looking girls like this in my Jade Summer books, and I really enjoy coloring the grayscale ones in those books. So if I'm going to want to color one of these, I'm going to probably pull one of those off my shelf instead. So going forward now, as I look at coloring books, I'm not being more selective, but I'm trying to say, okay, what do I have that's similar, and which would I rather color in? Like, would I rather color in this new book because it's got a lot of cool images, and yeah, I'm going to get my coloring worth out of it, or am I going to pick up one of my other books and color in that instead? So I'm not saying I'm never going to get similar books anymore. I'm just going to make sure I try and look for flip throughs and see what pages are in it to see and make sure that I want to color more than 1 or 2 pages in them. Whether I do it over a year or I do it in a day, that is irrelevant. But if I'm trying not to buy a book because I like 1 page in a book. So yeah, so that's Flower at Manga Girls. That's gonna go. This one was fairly new. I bought it over the summertime, I believe. It's Creepy Angelica Summer Adventure, and I thought it'd be really cute because I like coloring Halloween stuff all year round. And I was like, oh, it's summertime, and I can have the best of both worlds. I can color a seasonal image and have it creepy. But I didn't really like the images in this book. I didn't really like how they were presented. I don't care for it. Like the black, I don't really like that. So it's gone. Creepy Angelica Summer Adventures, that's going. All right, so now I have some Lulu Mayo. Sadly, womp womp. Actually, let me get rid of this one and then I'll show you the Lulu Mayo ones. So this is by Glenn Dent Books, and he has a tiny little horrors book. So, and I really like that book. So when I saw this Party Animals coloring books for adults, I was like, I'm gonna grab it. So now I'm gonna give you guys a disclaimer really quick. It's a naughty collection of drinking, smoking, dancing, party animals. So if that's not your thing, fast forward. Because it is exactly what it says. It is a naughty collection. Anyway, I didn't care for, the images in here were drawn very different than the images in the other book. Well, not really, but I just didn't care for them. Drinking and stuff like that this kind of stuff doesn't bother me. I don't know, I just didn't care for the images. I'm not gonna color them. I'm gonna pick up his tiny little horror book and I'm gonna color those instead. So yeah, I didn't really like the images. So this little party animal book is going. All right, now on to the Lulu Mayo. So Lulu Mayo, I think she's amazing and I love her books, some of them. They're so fun and they just make you smile. Like A Million Little Monsters, I think that's the one. Whatever, like that one is like one of my favorite, and I love a lot of her books, but I tend to like a lot of her newer books. And I'm gonna still purchase her books. She's got like a baby one coming out, Baby Animals or Baby something coming out. But I am going to unload some of her other ones because I'm not going to color in them, and I know somebody else can. I may keep 1 or 2 or 1 in case my nieces or my, family come over and then they see all my coloring books and, they want to color, and how kids color, they just grab a crayon and just scribble. So maybe I'll keep 1 book for that. But I'm going to get rid of the A Million Llamas. So her books are pretty much, her images, they have the same theme. You're going to get the subject, in either a full page spread or in like a little encompass page. You're going to get something like this. And it's basically, if you're not familiar with her books, I think we really all are, it's the theme surrounded. So it's llamas and whatever. I don't particularly care for this one. I don't care for the images in this one and the llamas and a lot of the scenes. Like, I don't like that. I don't care for that. So the pages that I don't prefer are more abundant in this book. So I decided that I'm going to get rid of this one. Another one is A Million Cats. I love cats. So I was like, I'm going to get A Million Cats. But I don't care for the cats in this book. And I don't care for the layout of how they're presented. Again, adorable. Her stuff is adorable, but I don't really care for this book. So this one will be going as well. Million Owls. I colored a couple things in here, but I'm not really crazy about it. I love owls, but I decided no, this book is not for me as well. I was trying something out there. And I had this book quite at the beginning of the journey as well. trying something there. I just really was playing around and trying something there. So yeah, A Million Owls is going to go. And then A Million Bears. I saw some really cute pages in here colored by other YouTube art colorists and whatnot, and they kind of inspired me, but then I just didn't really, I wasn't feeling it, as you could see, and I decided this particular one was not for me. So yeah, so maybe the ones that I colored in are the ones I'll keep, you know, in case any of my little family members come over and down the line they want to color. All right, so now here is the thing. So I am unloading some Kirby Rosé books, and I know that is just craziness, but I don't care for his older stuff. I think Mythomorphia is one of the only ones that I like, and that one still has little doodles in it, and I like it, which surprises me, but I really want to complete that book at some point in life. But I am going to be unloading 3 of his books. I am unloading Phantomorphia. I'd rather color in his newer books, and I'm going to be honest, I don't have time to color in all of his books, because one page sometimes takes me like 3 to 4 days, sometimes a week to color, depending on my coloring mood, and because I don't rush through it. It's one reason why I haven't picked up one of his books in a while. I'm going to get back into that though next year. But yeah, so I decided that this one, I don't really care for all the images in this book. And like his newer books, I care for all the images, so I'm going to just stick with those. So Phantomorphia is going to go. Anamorphia as well. I don't care for this one. I don't like the doodles. Oh, look who's here, paying a visit. The little sick girl, little sick kitty cat with her silly eye. Like, I love the owls, but I don't like the doodles. I'm not into the doodles. I'm sorry. And like, I purchased these books not at the beginning of the journey, my coloring journey. I purchased these books because I was such a fan of Mythomorphia and World Within Worlds that I wanted to have his collection. But it's silly for me to have a collection that I'm not going to color in. So I am unloading Anamorphia. And then Imagimorphia. I'm going to unload. Oh, wait, we have a visitor. Here she is, sick girl. Come on, Mom, let's get out of the way. Okay, eat your turkeys. I gave her some turkeys because, as a treat, because I felt bad that I tortured her with her. Come on, you gotta move over. Her eye. All right, so yeah, Imagimorphia. Yeah. You might hear her purring. I'm not sure. I apologize. So, this is a pretty hardy book. It's a little thicker, but nope, I don't like it. I don't like the doodles. I don't like doodles. I don't like weird things in my coloring images. Like, I just don't. And now the last 2 are Mythogoria books. So these are the mythographic, the gory ones. And the first one, so I really, really like them. And I had purchased, when they first came out with the Mythogoria line, I grabbed the first 2 books. I think it was Night Terrors, and I believe it might be Gory Underworld. And I believe Night Terrors is Fabiana Atanasio, is that right? Because I just drew a blank. I was going to do last name, first name. But anyway, you all know which one. Because her and I think Joseph Catbang are my favorites. But I like the idea, you know, the gory idea, the spooky idea. And this one is by Alessandro Baldry. And I don't care for the images. Night Terrors is my favorite. So that is the one I am going to proceed coloring in. I think she made another one too. Fabiana, I think she made, I want to say Frozen Nightmares, and I didn't 100% love those either, to be honest. I purchased it because it was her, but I didn't like the images just didn't appeal to me. Like there was, like they were gory and scary, and that doesn't bother me. The theme, just nothing called out to me. So going forward, I am only going to look into purchasing Joseph Canbang and Fabiana Attanasio, but I'm going to wait for flip throughs of all Mythagoria and mythographic books because they're very detailed pages. They're not super cheap books. They're affordable, but you know, to not color in them is just silly. So yeah, Mythagoria, Gory Underworld, this one is going. And this one by Fausto Bianchi, Nightmare Cabaret. I really thought I was going to love it because I do like the circus theme. I like circus theme, regular circus theme. I like the freaky circus themes. And like this is Cabaret, and I was like, oh, this is going to be really cool. But I don't care for the images. Now, the art in here is a little different than the other ones, and it's actually quite good. I mean, I really am impressed by the artwork. But the images are not calling out to me. The theme of the images is not calling out to me. So I'm not going to color in this book. And this was the book that was the deciding factor. Like, that's pretty interesting. And that's pretty cool. But again, like one image out of a book. Yeah, so I'm not. So this was the deciding factor. Because I have a bunch of these Mythagoria in an Amazon list on my Amazon account, and it's pre-order books. I decided this was the deciding factor. I am no longer going to pre-order books without seeing flip-throughs from Mythographic or Mythagoria, even if it's by Joseph Canbang or Fabiana, because they're detailed. Again, like I said, they're detailed, and I want to make sure that I'm 100% into it. So I have Night Terrors and I have Frozen Nightmares. I will try and color in Frozen Nightmares. If I don't color in Frozen Nightmares by Halloween of 2024, you may see that one going at the end of the year. But yeah, so that is Nightmare Cabaret by Fausto Bianchi, and that's going. So that is the end of my coloring book. Oh, I checked the camera. Declutter. So yeah, so sadly some of these books are by illustrators that I 100% love, but I'm not keeping them. And I do have two maybes. Remember, all right, so look at me moving everything. This was a maybe, and I am thinking a maybe. I don't know. I'm going to try one last time with marker. One last time. Because I am a little better now with my marker skill to where I enjoy it a little better. I'm going to try and get into that in January, and if not, it's going. Done. That's it. Last time. 3 strikes, you're out, buddy. 3 strikes, you out. All right. So anyway, guys, I want to thank you for watching. Okay, so the giveaway is going to be in January, and I might do a few giveaways. And again, if you haven't watched the other videos, I'm only going to do it for shipping within the US, within the States, because it's more affordable. Because even shipping within the US is a little bit pricey. But I am going to do a giveaway. And then I will look at whatever other books are there that perhaps are a little harder to find. Like I'm not going to... These books I'm most likely going to donate. But there are some other books, like maybe the Coloring Heaven books and some of the foreign books that I have. I'm going to try and include in giveaways. And the way I'm thinking about doing it is I'm just going to put 2 books per giveaway, maybe, or have you pick out what you want. I don't know. I'm still in the works with it. But if it's something you might be interested in, please remember to like and subscribe, because giveaway is only going to be for people who are my subscribers, because it's only fair. And hit the bell button if you are subscribed, so that when I do post that video, you are aware and it is there. And then all the rules and regulations will be in a video prior to that. So definitely hit the bell button. You know, if it's not that video and you don't like hauls or colorings or this, you could just bypass everything else. But again, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope everyone is doing well. We are winding down. Per my calendar, if you're celebrating Christmas, it's 12 days to Christmas. Don't know how that happened. I kind of feel like that went really fast. If you're celebrating Hanukkah or anything else, like how fast is everything going, guys? And if your holiday is coming up, embrace it because it's going to fly by. So anyway, I shall talk to you guys soon. Stay well, and thanks again for watching.